Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so when I last let off, it said I set up my ratios from the reference angle Y. Now I need to set them up from the reference angle Z. So let's take a look. Sine of Z would be opposite 7 over the hypotenuse. Cosine would be adjacent 4 over the hypotenuse. And tangent would be opposite over adjacent. So this is how it would set up. And once again, these numbers match and these numbers match. So that's a pattern we always see. The cosine of one angle would equal the sine of the other angle if they were complements. And Y and Z have to be complements. So this would be how we'd simplify. Okay, so now let's look to some of the problems that are more like what we're used to. If 50 is our reference angle, the opposite side is 4, and the adjacent is x. So we need the tangent function. So the tangent of our reference angle 50 is opposite over adjacent. So we get opposite 4, adjacent x. Now we want to rewrite this flipping the spots. So we get 4 divided by the tangent of 50. So ultimately we just have to type this in, right? 4 divided by the tangent of 50. Okay, now I have a fancier calculator here, but this will still give. And round to the nearest 10, so 3.4. Okay, next one. Here's our reference angle. So this is opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent. Okay, so I don't have any opposite, so it looks like I need my cosine function. So the cosine of 38 is, right, adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of 38 is 9 over x. Now it looks like swap C is going to work here really well here too. Okay, so now we just got to type this in. What is 9 divided by cosine of 38? 9 divided by the cosine of 38. 11.4. Now I am rounding. Okay, one more here on the front. That's my reference angle, so that's opposite hypotenuse. So I'm going to pick sine. The sine of 20 is 19 over x, because the sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So I'm going to swap these. And so my answer is whatever 19 is divided by the sine of 20. So 19 divided by the sine of 20. 55.6. Okay, 55.6. Awesome. So let's keep going. Now, let's see. Let's do a couple more in the back and then I'll make another video. So to find the value of W, then Z. So first let's just focus on this one. This is W, this is 50, that's 34. Okay, so there's my reference angle, opposite and hypotenuse. So hopefully you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to pick sine. So the sine of 50 is opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of 50 would be the W over the 34. Now swapsies is not going to help me. So hopefully you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to have to multiply by 34 on both sides to get W by itself. So W is whatever 34 is times the sine of 50, whatever that is. So 34 times the sine of 50. All right, 26. Now I'm just going to keep that on my calculator, but I'm going to jot it down. 26.04, yada, yada, yada. Kind of a big number. Okay, so now I have that number, 26.04. And I'm going to now solve for x. Okay. I'm sure this is a typo. It meant to say x. Okay. So now I have a new angle. This is my reference angle x, and I want opposite over hypotenuse. So I want sine again. The sine of my reference angle x is opposite 26.04, and I have that in my calculator still. I don't want to round too soon, over 42. So the sine of x is whatever that big number is, divide by 42. Okay, so that's what it is. But now I need to take the inverse sign. Remember way back, we have to take the inverse sign of both sides. So I have to take the inverse sign of this ratio, which ended up being this number right here. Okay, so x is equal to the inverse sign of that number. So I need the inverse sign of that number. Okay, so this calculator helps me just, I don't have to retype it. I can just say that my answer to the last question, I want the inverse sign of that. I get 38.3 degrees. It said round to the nearest degree. So I guess I'm just gonna round it right off to 38 degrees. Thanks for joining me. I'll have one more video where you can, you'll do a couple of these word problems.